Hello and welcome to this tutorial. Today I'm going to be explaining how to start quests by entering a location and how SM event nodes work. So I'm going to be covering two subjects. One is going to be how to create a location and the other is how the story manager works. So this tutorial is going to be pretty short. Hopefully it's not going to be too long and it's going to be pretty easy, so hopefully you can follow along and I could get it right on the first try. So I have, the first thing that I need to do is I need to create a location. So I have Abernathy Farm loaded up, and I'm not going to be making it in here because this is already a location. So I'm going to be looking for a place where it's not populated, a place where I can set something up. Somewhere in the wilderness should be fine. So make sure that there's nothing that's going to attack me. And I could place something around, I would say, this area. And by the way, by pushing the B button, you could reveal the borders and where the cells end. So, okay, this place looks okay. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place a map marker. And I'll hit M to reveal it. And so here I got my map marker, and I'm going to give it a name. I'll just call it something like location tutorial. And I'll set can travel to so that I can find the location where it's at. And the other thing that I'm going to do is to make it easier for me to remember, and also I got to use this anyway, so that I can find it when I'm creating the location. So location tutorial ext. I would say that's okay. That looks good. And the next thing I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go to character. Wait, no, not character. I'm gonna have to go to world data and location, and I'll hit new to create a new location. Give this a moment while it loads up. There it goes. So I'll name this 00 tutorial location, and I'll call it location tutorial. Wait, no, tutorial location. And I'll select the map marker. And okay, in order for this to work, that looks okay, set up. And I'm gonna want to get this thing right here, this wilderness area that I renamed, and hit edit. And select, okay, from all these cells, I'm gonna want to go to location and select tutorial location. And here I got all these other properties that I could set up, and I could set up the default acoustic space or other things, but that's not part of this tutorial, so I'm not going to deal with that. Okay, so now it's telling the engine that this cell right here, this belongs to location tutorial ext, and so everything's set up so that I can create my quest. So I go into character, select quest, and I'll select a new quest, and I'll call this one location 00 location tutorial quest, and I'll call it tutorial location. Now I'll give it a priority of about 50, and instead of start game enabled, I'm going to be setting it up as an event, and the one I'm going to want to look for is location loaded. So in order for this to work, and just to make sure, I'll just set this up so when the quest completed, the XP, just to make sure that it starts. And okay, all that looks good. Now hit OK, and I'll save it, and I'll create a new ESP, location tutorial. And I'll go back to the quest, location tutorial. And as you can see, all these other tabs now they have appeared. I don't have to mess with any of these not to start the quest, so we're just going to be dealing with what's important here. So the first thing I should do is I should set up a quest stage, and I'll set it to 0 because it starts at 0, and I'll put run at start. I'll also create a new log entry and say, okay, the location tutorial has started, so that it appears in the Pip-Boy. And I'll hit OK, and I'll save it again. And I'll just put a quest objective so that it shows a quest objective for me. And I'll put an index of about 10. I'll put a location tutorial has started. And I'll go to quest stages again, and so that when it starts it actually shows me the objective. So I'll put set objective displayed, and I'll enter the value of that index. And okay, all that looks good. I think that this quest is already set up, and I don't have to do anything else. It's already set up for the event. And the next thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to SM event node. And right here, it has all those events that you could see when you load up the quest. So I'll go into location loaded. So what this is going to do is that the engine is going to call this whenever I enter a location. So I'm going to create a new branch node. Did I create it inside there? I didn't mean to do that. Delete that node. I want to create it out here, and I'll call this location tutorial event node, just so that I know. And I'll copy one of these conditionals, and I'll paste it over here so that whenever I enter this location, as long as it meets this condition, it will start the quest. So this one says good neighbor location. I'm not going to want to use good neighbor. I'm going to want to use the location that I just created. So I'll go to 00 tutorial location. So that's all I'm going to have to do for that, but it's still missing the quest. As you can see in this one has a quest, a stack quest node, and then it has a quest inside it. So I'm going to get that branch that I just created, and I'm going to make a new quest node. And I could just leave this fine. This is okay. I don't have to change this. And within this quest node, I'm going to add the quest that I created. So the location tutorial quest. So now it's set up, and it checks the condition that I'm walking into that location. And whenever I walk into that location, it's going to call this quest node, and it's going to start the quest for me. So that's basically it. If everything worked okay, everything was set up okay, then it should start the quest for me. So I'll save it, Control S, and I'll test it in game. Okay, so here I am in game, and I'm at Abernathy Farm, and I'm just gonna follow that map marker towards the tutorial location and see if it starts. I'll just give it a moment. It's got to be somewhere around here. Oh, there it goes. See? Started tutorial location. Location tutorial has started. And so check the data in the Pip-Boy. Tutorial location. The location tutorial has started. So that's it.